Welcome everybody. I am going to be covering the Interception 1 challenge from MetaCTF. It is basically an ARP poisoning type of challenge. So we are on the same subnet. So RIP. Unfortunately, the event has ended, so I can't get the network diagram that would show exactly what it is, but it's very similar to this. So we basically have a we have an IP of 192.168.0.3. We're trying to intercept traffic that is destined for 192.168.0.2 coming from 192.168.0.1. So we're going to be using ARP poisoning. So we will go ahead and get connected. We also don't have a lot of utilities on here. After doing some searching, the one thing I did find was that we do have ARP ping. So we are able to utilize this in order to do the ARP poisoning. So if we just do ARP, we don't have anything. We can do ping 192.168.0.1. We're able to ping N2, and now we have some ARP entries. First thing we need to do, if we try to go ahead and set up, so we'll have to use gratuitous ARP or ungratuitous ARP because we are unsolicited. So we are just basically spamming it out to the source. So we're going to be sending the poisoning to 0.1. We don't actually have to have a man in the middle type of scenario because traffic doesn't have to return. But we're just going to be intercepting the traffic that's coming from 0.1. So if we try to set it up without having that IP address assigned to an interface, we're going to get an error. I'll show you here really quick. So ungratuitous, we'll set our source, and it's going to be 168.0.2 because that's what we are wanting to spoof. And then we will be sending it to 192.168.0.1. If we do this, we get this error, address is not available, and we can verify we are root, so we don't have to worry about any type of permissions or sudo or anything like that. So what we can do is IP address add, and then we're just going to do 192.168.0.2. We don't care about causing any type of issues because we're just in a small little sandbox. So we're going to, here, I'll show. So if we look, we can see that we have an ETH0. It only has one IP address of 192.168.0.3. So we're going to do an IP address add 0.2 to device F0. So now we can show, and now we have, you can see we have two associated with this. So we'll still have connectivity on our .3, but we also are technically able to get stuff on .2. If we were to do like a netcat LV UP8000, we're not going to get anything because we haven't solicited that, and so the MAC table on .1 is still showing the other thing. So what we'll do is we will set up our ARP ping. And actually what we can do, since it's UDP, we'll just do a TCP dump X, so we can get the hex. Actually, I didn't do it this way. I did netcat, so I'll just do LVN UP. Where is it? And I'll throw it in the background. And now we can solicit our ARP. And so we should see the flag come through here pretty soon. looks like I actually did this the inverse way the time before, so I'll try that again. We'll do it that way. And then oh, it's the verbosity. Key. Come on. ACAT LUP 8000. There we go. If I could just type correctly. And now we can kill our ARP ping. And there's your solution. So ARP is basically, we're dealing with layer 2 here. So instead of worrying about IP addresses, you're only really worrying about the MAC address associated with it. So each device has an ARP table or a MAC table, and that is how it associates the IP address to the MAC address, and it sends it at a layer 2 instead of layer 3. So what we're doing here is we're basically just overwriting that table and just saying, hey, this is the MAC address that's associated with this, and you're poisoning it so that you can intercept that traffic. In a production environment, this would break stuff, but we're not in production, so we don't care. So I hope this was enlightening, and I hope you learned some stuff.